Congratulations.
Smaller, quieter, and definitely less violent. A few protests in Toronto today, like this one that ended at the U.S. consulate, while a handful of protesters spoke at an anti-fascism rally at Nathan Phillips Square this afternoon. Now, many protesters looking ahead to tomorrow, where 200,000 women are expected to march on Washington. Chris Glover is live at Union Station tonight. And Chris, a busload of women from Toronto leaving for the U.S. Capitol later tonight. But
busloads of protesters will leave Toronto tonight to join hundreds of thousands of people in Washington, D.C. for that Women's March tomorrow to protest Donald Trump. Coming up at 6:30, I'll speak with one of the organizers and I'll ask her what sort of impact they think they can make by going, Dwight.
Thank you, Chris. Two smaller protests here in Toronto today at the American consulate and at Nathan Phillips Square. But many Torontonians are preparing for a much larger protest tomorrow back in the U.S. Capitol, a women's march on Washington. Let's go back live to Chris Glover at Union Station. Now, Chris, busloads of women are getting ready to head south.
Several busloads, and not just women. There will be some men on those buses as well. They're set to join hundreds of thousands of people down in Washington, D.C. for that protest. Tracey Erin Smith organized one of those busloads. 53 people are on your bus, Tracey. So why was it so important for you to go down there and be a part of this protest?
So I think of Americans as our neighbors, and I think when you see a neighbor in trouble or under threat, that it's a responsibility to step in and help. And I decided to organize a bus because I have some experience organizing things. I run an international theater festival, so I thought I can pull this together. It's just like a big production.
And your bus is a little unique. Tell me what you're doing on it.
So we call our bus the SoulOMobile because it's from SoulOTheatre, and it's a storytelling bus, a workshop on wheels. So on the way down tonight, we're going to do writing exercises and interview each other, and we're gathering material the entire trip because we're going to come back and create a huge show, a huge theater show to show Toronto what happened down there and what they can do about what's happening.
Some people who I spoke to today say Donald Trump just took the office today. You should give him a chance. What would you say to those people?
I think this gentleman has spent a lot of time telling us what he thinks and what he believes. So I think he's already showed us, has tipped his hand. And so, I mean, I hope for the best. And I think that this march will give people confidence and show them what's possible. So whatever happens, they'll have a bit more confidence than they did before to handle it.
And what sort of impact are you hoping to have?
What happened? And show people what's possible. This has become a global movement with marches around the world with hundreds of thousands of people being there. So my hope is to have a positive impact and uplift people's spirits and confidence moving forward.
All right, Tracey, thanks so much for joining us. Tracey, of course, organizing a bus of 53 people heading down there, and they're so dedicated. In fact, Dwight, I just found out they're going to sleep on that bus tonight. So it'll be a tough night perhaps, but they're definitely looking forward to that massive protest tomorrow.
Sleep tonight, march tomorrow. Thank you for that, Chris.